Do you like glittery, chorus-drenched guitar? Well, the Cocteau twins have some of the best examples of that. So today, I'm going to take a look at the song Heaven or Las Vegas from their 1990 record, Heaven or Las Vegas. And I'm gonna spend the next 37 days deep diving and dissecting
Nick, we do not have time for that type of episode today.
But okay. I want to.
Your How to Sound Like the Edge episode took forever.
But I just feel like
it needs to be a 10-minute episode and you can only use JHS pedals.
But I was just feeling like...
please, get it done.
Fine! Okay, sorry I threw a little baby tantrum, but... I've got some stuff that we can work with. Let's get started. The Cocteau twins actually have a page on their website that's dedicated to archiving a lot of the gear that they use. So if you are interested in looking deeper into it, you can go check out that website. Based on the gear that they use on this song, I have picked some JHS pedals that will be good substitutes, kind of like Splenda.
That's funny.
Ha!
For chorus, they'd use the Roland Dimension D. For that, I'm gonna use the Emperor, but the 3 Series chorus is an excellent alternative. There is a little bit of pitch shifting happening on this opening riff, and that is coming from a Lexicon pitch shifter. We have a problem because we don't have a pitch effect, unfortunately, Josh. So to replace that, I'm going to use the octave reverb. I'm going to essentially let this be my octave sound. Yes, it's not a standalone octave effect, but it adds a lot of shimmer and shine, and that's what this sound needs. For delay, they use the TC2290, which is a digital delay, so I'm gonna use the flight delay in digital mode to replace that. On the record, the delay is very subtle, you can barely hear it, but I feel like it does actually add a lot. For the amp, they use a Marshall 9000 tube preamp. This was a piece of rack gear that they plugged directly into the board, and they would compress their guitars to tape. It is ridiculously clean. So to simulate that super clean sound, I'm gonna use the Pulp and Peel using the XLR out. This is gonna be my amp replacement. I'm also gonna use some of the compression in here and blend that in, and this is gonna go at the end of my chain. This signal chain is kind of based off of my face value interpretation of what I read on their website, with a few interpretive twists. I don't really know what order they put everything in exactly. I'm kind of just guessing based off of my own experience and what they said. So at the heart of the sound is the Pulp and Peel as my DI. I've got the compression cranked, the blend is just under noon at around 11. I've got the EQ cranked, and I love this tilt EQ because whatever you're trying to boost, it will cut the opposite. So when you turn it up, it'll boost high frequencies and cut low frequencies. And when you turn it down, it'll boost low frequencies and cut high frequencies. Now let's go to the front of the chain with the octave reverb, which I know is a little unorthodox, but my guess is that they're pitching their guitar first. I could be wrong, but I think it's a decent guess. Traditionally, pitch effects work pretty good closer to the beginning of your chain because you have less stuff messing with the fundamental frequencies. So the octave reverb is first. I have this set up in such a way that really is emphasizing the octave over the reverb as much as possible. The decay is turned down, so it's almost turning it into an octave room, but I find the ambience extremely helpful in creating this sound, especially if I were to take this into a live environment. Next, I have the Emperor chorus in chorus mode with the triangle waveform. I really like how shimmery the triangle waveform is in comparison to the sine wave. The Emperor with this Pulp and Peel DI sound could take you into a completely different world, like a McGee meets Mac DeMarco, Steve Lacy type thing. Like, what's that McGee riff?
Nick!
What?
That's not Cocteau twins.
Well, I know, but I just thought maybe they'd want
to... I need you to focus, please. We have to get this done.
Okay. Anyway. Then let's add the octave reverb back in with the Emperor. Mwah! So much of this sound are these two pedals together. Sounds incredible. Last but not least, we've got the flight delay in digital mode, giving us a little bit more space and length to the riff. So good. You probably noticed in my chain that the octave reverb comes before the delay, but if that freaks you out just a little too much, here's an example of the reverb after the delay. I can tell some of you have some concerns. You might not like the idea of putting a compressor at the end of your chain. Understandable. You are a compressor first type person. Well, if that's you, that's fine. You can put a pulp and peel at the beginning or a compressor at the beginning and use something like the Clover as your DI. This is super clean, loads of headroom, gives you some EQ to get that super nice sparkly high end. There you go. Problem solved. Stop crying. This setup is a little bit more traditional with the compression at the beginning, where it belongs, the octave reverb after the delay, where it belongs, and you got like this guy. Yeah. And you got the Clover at the end as your DI preamp. So the Clover is a really great DI because you get a little bit more EQ options. I've got the treble boosted a little bit, the middle boosted just a tad, and I've dialed in the bass to taste. This is a really great way to get your DI signal a little bit more dialed in. You don't have the compression on the end, which I actually really like, but you've got loads of headroom and lots of options. The 3 series compressor at the beginning is great because I got this bright toggle, and shimmer is everything with this sound, so I can flip that up, and the bright toggle gives me even more shimmer. Icy.
Keep going! Stop playing! We need to move on!
I still really like the octave reverb at the beginning of the chain, but this setup lends itself to a bit more of a traditional guitar pedal board. And that's it. All right, so I guess video over, time to roll credit.
But Nick, you've exposed me to this beautiful DI pristine tone, but I don't want to get rid of my amp. I don't want to choose between 2 paradises. How can I live with myself if I replace my amp with this? I want my cake and I want to eat it.
Okay, chill out. If you want to be able to switch between your DI and your amp, it's super easy. Just get an A-B switcher. I'll show you how to set it up real quick. To do the A-B setup, it's very simple. Take the output of the last pedal in your chain, send it to the input of the A-B, send one of the outs to your DI and the other one to your amp, and it's as simple as switching between the two. And if you're like, I want to do both at the same time, get an ABY. A, direct sound. B, amp. Y, both. Can you imagine how cool you're gonna be when you use both at the same time? Being on stage and hitting Y, and you've got this DI and your amp, and the DI and the amp are just mixing together into this sonic just blast. And it's just going in the crowd, and everyone's just like, how is his tone sounding like that? It's because you pressed Y.
Okay, you gotta wrap it up, dude. 10-minute episode. Move along. Move on.
really love how versatile this setup is because I hate to see guitar players create really cool DI tones in the studio and then not take them into live applications and only have to rely on an amp. This is a great way to get the best of both worlds.
Sounds great in here. Are you wrapping it up?
Oh yeah, totally wrapping it up. Yep.
Why are you playing to the camera, Nick?
I'm not.
You're done recording. You're gonna go dump the footage and start the edit, right?
Absolutely, we're gonna dump it right now.
Okay, I'll see you in the morning.
All right, bye. Bye.
Okay, good stuff.
Time for Nick's trick.
Nick's trick.
For this next trick, we are going to take the previous stereo concept to the next level by using the stereo feature on the Emperor. We are moving the Emperor to the end of the signal chain right before our amps. We're going to take the left channel, we are plugging it into the Clover. We are taking the right channel, we are plugging into the Dream. You're thinking, Nick, we already did this. No, we haven't. This is going to be way more three-dimensional. It's going to have more movement, and honestly, we should have just started with this in the first place. Just listen to it, please. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together, and make things better by working together. It's a simple message, and it comes from the heart. Believe in yourself. It's the place to start.
What is happening?
Well, I think we got a lot done today. If you're starting a Cocteau Twins cover band, maybe this could help. I hope it does. I wish I could have spent more time deep diving on this, but you know how Belle is. I mean, honestly, sometimes she can be like a really huge asset to the team, and everything that she does is just like really thoughtful and cool and awesome, and I want to be like her when I grow up.
Are you still recording?
No, like and subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section and hit the bell icon just in honor of Belle.
Okay, you're clearly recording an outro. So did you say check out JHS Extra?
Yeah.
We're all of our second channel. Did you do the memberships thing?
Oh yeah.
Did you mention that we have all these other episodes kind of like this, like the Nirvana or
Yeah.
Radiohead or The
Uh-huh.
Edge?
Yep.
You said you were done like an hour ago, Nick. Did you guys
I-
like switch out the table in the middle of this episode?
I don't know!
I'm cutting you off.
What about record time?